This week was a big step up, not in a loud way, but in terms of what the game actually is now. Biggest thing straight away, it finally saves. Up until now, every time you close the game, that was it, everything gone. Now your progress carries. You can now come back and pick up exactly where you left off, and that changes the whole feel of playing the game. It's no longer just a session, it's something that continues. And to support that, I put together a little title screen. Kept it very stripped back, just enough to load your save or wipe it and start again. There's also a rule in place now, no save in midday. You commit to a day, whatever happens, happens. That felt important to lock in early. Alongside that, I was tightening a lot of the smaller systems. The torch got a proper pass. It's not just static light anymore, it has a natural flicker to it. And when the fuel gets low, it starts to struggle, gets a bit more unstable. You don't need anything on screen telling you, you can just feel it. And it's the same idea for the forest. Added a really subtle pulse to certain forageables. Nothing over the top, but in the dark it gives you enough just to latch onto. Makes the space feel a little bit more alive. As well as this, I reworked the farming system as well. Nothing really visible. I just pulled a lot of the logic out of the player and pushed it into the world itself, where it belongs. So now the player just asks what's valid. Is this tillable? Is it farmland? Does it have a crop already on it? It's a much cleaner setup, less fragile, and it's much easier to build upon. Then there's the first relic. There's a little bit of an Easter egg in this as well. Anyone that knows Father Ted will be aware of the Holy Stone of Clonrickard. So it's a little bit of a play on that. Not directly, but it's just that's where the inspiration comes from for the design of the asset. It has a presence. There's an ambient hum as you get close, and it builds as you move closer. When you trigger it, there's a proper release, visual and audio together. Originally I had it running off of distance checks and it was messy and I couldn't get it to work the way that I wanted it to. So I switched over to an area based setup and it just works so much better. I also fixed the audio so that it fades out cleanly instead of just cutting once you hit a certain radius. It's a small detail but it makes a big difference. And one last little thing with the UI. All of the text in the context offer system was being darkened by the lighting and it just looked wrong. I refactored it so that it's now on a canvas layer so it's readable no matter what. No darkness overpowering it or anything like that. Again, it was a small fix but it was absolutely necessary. Overall, this was much more of a solid week, not just tweaks for the sake of it, actual systems going into the game that the game will depend on, especially this close to the demo. And that's it for this week. If you'd like to follow along with this journey, hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next devlog. Thank you for watching.